Joining us now, Republican Congressman Marlin Stutzman of Indiana. Congressman, thank you for your time. I know that you share that concern. Consider China the greatest threat to America on the global stage. Give me your assessment right now of the president's tariff strategy as it pertains to China, and what do you see as the best and worst case scenarios?
Yeah, good morning, Marnie. Great to be with you. I believe this is really a reset to bring Made in America back again. Growing up in northern Indiana, living in small town rural America, and watching the manufacturing and the all of the things that we produce here in America dwindle down over the last several decades. Being in the automotive belt and also RV industry and steel industry, we have watched those industries really struggle, and a lot of those jobs have gone overseas, especially in smaller manufacturing, refrigerators, appliances, things like that. So I really believe that President Trump he's bringing those sort of manufacturing jobs back to the United States because we've become a service focused economy here in the United States rather than a goods sort of focused economy. And I think that's going to be good for all of America, that if we can produce our own goods and services as well, that it'll make America's economy much stronger.
And even those who agree with you that we should be making more of our own products and things should be based here at home, it will cost millions, billions of dollars perhaps, and it will take a lot of time. What do you think, Congressman, is a realistic expectation, logistically speaking, to make that happen?
Well, my family's in the manufacturing space, and it takes time. Even just to expand or double production, it takes sometimes a year to, with all of the planning and, of course, making sure that it's all executed to where you can actually produce product. So sometimes it takes, 6 months once you get started, but it takes a year of planning plus the 6 months. So you're looking anywhere between 6 to 18 months. But I do believe, as we've watched over the decades, our small towns. I mean, I think of LaGrange, Indiana, where a small downtown building falls down or was actually caught on fire, and it's just razed and it becomes a parking lot. Those little towns don't rebuild like they used to, and so rural America supports President Trump and really carried him over the finish line in this past election. And I know that President Trump has our back. And we all know that it's going to take a little bit of time, as badly as things have been over the last 4 years with inflation and the cost of life, that President Trump has a plan to start revitalizing all of America.
I know, Congressman, you talk to small business owners in your community who see this as a long-term play, but are concerned about that short term, specifically small companies who find it cheaper, and it is true, to have things manufactured and made in China. Having the same thing made here would be triple or quadruple the price. What's your message to them to get through some of the short-term pain and uncertainty, especially those who are considering laying people off or who might not be able to survive?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's tough, especially over the last 4 years, ever since COVID and through the Biden administration, the inflationary costs, the cost of bureaucracy, all of those pieces have been very challenging for small businesses. And but I know and hear from people all over my district that they know President Trump is going to focus on keeping taxes low. He's going to focus on energy production that'll keep our energy costs down. Deregulation, which is about a $1.3 trillion blanket on our economy every year, will be relaxed. I've dealt with them in the past, and it's a cost of doing business that doesn't need to be as high as it is. So, President Trump is definitely, going to offset those costs with the other policy decisions that he makes. But we know in the long run, this is going to be beneficial and better for all of us and America.
Well, another important day ahead on that front. Congressman Stutzman, thank you, sir, for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.